Hey YouTube, this is The Art of Prepping. I have a question for everyone that watches my videos, just a something that I go through every few months, and it's just that thing that we have when we have those knife urges to buy a new knife. Us knife lovers, flashaholics is another type of addiction that I have. Flashlights, so blades, flashlights, and other cool gear for backpacking. I get those itches after a few months of not purchasing a new knife. Even though I got that Swiss Army Pioneer recently, I already have the itch to get a new knife. And so I know that a lot of people feel my pain here. So I would be very curious though to try out something totally different and new. Maybe not radically new that I haven't already tried, but I'm open-minded. So with that, I just want to open this discussion up to everyone so that I can get some comments and feedback on what knife would you purchase right now if you had the money to do it. Like what would you want to do? And that's kind of where I'm kind of leaving this at. It could be any kind of knife, excluding axes and machetes and saws and maybe big Bowie knives. And I'm not into that at all. And some of those I already have and I use and I don't need any more. But I'm mainly talking about small fixed blades, maybe mid-sized fixed blades, and maybe the whole range of folders. It could be small, medium, large, whatever. But if you had your choice, which one would you get? And sometime over the next 3 months, I'm going to have place an order, possibly with Amazon, and I'll be saving up until then. In the next 3 months, I'll be deciding what knife to get next, and just want to see if there's something that you guys are just like, wow, you got to check this out that I don't already have, and I can check it out. I will be honest with you though, I'm on the fence. I'm kind of thinking about maybe another Victorinox, and if not, there's a Schrade neck knife that I'm looking at, the CHF5N. Really got my attention. The Victorinox, it looks like it's going to be maybe the locking blade model, the S17, I believe, is what it is. It's really cool. Only thing is, I can only find it in a yellow handle scale. So if I can find it in a red scale, I'm going to go for it. But not super pumped about a yellow handle scale, but maybe I'll change my mind. And the only other knife I have on my horizons that I'm really peaked about is the H1 Spyderco's folding knives that use H1 steel. It's between the Salt one and the Pacific Salt. I really have had my eye on those for a long time, but instead of maybe a plain edge, I'm looking at a full Spidey edge, full serrations. And I didn't know if anybody out there, if one of you guys have one of those and you like it, is the Pacific Salt too large? Is that a little too big for everyday carry, or not? Or is the Salt one really a better overall? So they weigh so little and they're just well made. And I love to have at least one knife with H1 steel, rust or completely rust resistant, basically rust proof from what I understand. So shoot me a message in the comments or something about what should I consider, what do you have that you really like, and then I can kind of see if I have it or not, and maybe go with that. I see a lot of knife enthusiasts and gear enthusiasts ask for feedback, and now I understand, because once you get so many, you do kind of get to a point that you kind of wonder if there's anything else out there that you would be interested in, even though there's new knives that come out every year. In fact, there's hundreds and hundreds of new knives. I do keep up with them personally. I keep up with almost every manufacturer out there of any size, even some of the custom companies. I personally don't do a lot of custom knives at all, but I keep up on what's out there. But with that being said, I'm looking at more of a production knife that's affordable, probably $100 or less would be the range, and it may just be the last knife I get this year. I don't know. Maybe I'll get one or two more, but I'm trying to be mindful that I don't need hundreds of knives, and so I don't know if I consider myself a collector per se, but It just happens that I have a lot of cool blades, and I think they're very useful. Obviously, we know that, but there's also a point though that you also want to be purposeful in what your purchase is, and not just get caught up in design and materials. You want to have a role for it to play. You know, for me, it would be either like bushcrafting or emergency survival blades, or everyday carry blades would probably be the main ones that I would have a use for right at this moment. But I'm not into fantasy blades or display knives. I think I'd rather have them in a rotation, or at the very least something that I can pull out of storage from time to time and mix it up with other gear. So with that, thanks a lot for all your ideas, and I'll catch y'all soon.